Yo, they're from my city. They from my city. Bone. That's what's up, man. I like Bone. But they, I don't know, as the generations got softer and softer, Bone started putting out not too good music. 90s, everything was hard and gangster. That's when they used to really rap about things. But then, like, they were trying to keep up with the industry. Commercial. And, I guess they had their time to shine, I guess. So, yeah, it is what it is. Well, you don't want me to talk about Bone. You want me to talk about software. So, how can what can I contribute? How can I leave a mark? I'm the selfish. John Saunders, he encouraged his viewers to post videos. And Grant Cardone said, I need to be 10x because 2x isn't enough. I need to be 10x, right? So, my life is limited, and I'm only on this earth for a limited amount of time, so why not try? If I try, why not go all out and burn it down? Then I could say I tried. That reminds me of, I'm having a flashback right now. Hold up, I gotta take you back. Hold up. Oh, Bone? Yeah, they drove a Suburban inside of a bank to rob it and set it off. Hold up. This is like a Spike Lee. I'm having a flashback. Spike Lee, Michael Jordan commercial. And is this it? Yeah, hold on. I think this is it.
Begins in the County of Kings, Brooklyn, New York, 1963. Cut from his high school team, waking up at 5 every morning to train. Swish! And the Tar Heels win the championship. So he traveled to Chicago because Portland wanted a big man. Arms pumping up and down as Mr. Elo fell to the ground. And he lost to the Motor City for the second time. And he returned to win his second championship. This is my main man, Money. Baseball depressed ass. And he returned to win his sixth championship. And he returned again for a second time. And the people said, no, Michael, don't do it. Michael didn't ruin it. Don't do it. But Michael looked at those people and said, I can't accept failure. I can't accept not trying. And this time his retirement was final. But don't be sad. It doesn't end there. Because somewhere, someone is practicing. Oh, who was it? Who is it?
And that let me close this. That's someone that's practicing. That's me. Yeah, that video is about me. So people are like, yo, this dude is crazy. I am. But anyway, yeah. So how can I contribute? How can I try to make people better developers? And I posted a video, like, I forgot this dog is in the same room I'm in. Posted a video about, come here. Take that off, you're making too much noise. I posted a video about, leveraging the type system within C# and actually constraining your types, because the first name isn't a string, it's a first name, and the last name isn't a string, it's a last name, and the social security number is not a string nor a number, it is a social security number. And that's what I pumped out. So you can look at that. Well, what value can I give to you right now? What value? Value. All right, well, let's talk about communicating. Let's talk about Let's talk about Let's talk about events. events. So you have an event. Let me go down here. Oh, what's all this? This is the collateral damage from my last video. We don't need you anymore. Oh, I might use that unit test though. It's possible. I might delete you. Yeah. All right. And let's talk about events. So, you know what? Let's delete you too because you're noise. But I might keep the actual test method, and we just call you foo. You know, I don't know what you are yet. I don't even know if I want to use you. But you know what? We're gonna talk about some events. All right. So look, Control Shift A. I add a new class. Select the class, and I say, I don't know. I say, what do we gonna call it? We're gonna call it something. Literally, that's what I'm calling it. All right. So I got this something. I do Control S, removes everything because I have some productivity tool installed. And what I want to do? Well, I got bit last one because I didn't make this public. All right, so it's public now. All right, public class something. And normally when you do an event, you within a class, yeah, we're doing C# now. All right, I'm rusty on my C#. We do something like a public delegate void, and you say do something requested handler. Yeah. All right. And that's a signature of it. All right. No parameters. And then you could probably say like public event. Yeah. You say do something. Do something requested. Yeah. Yeah. Can I do that? Oh no. You have to say handler. Scott, you're right. You are rusty. Can I do that? Then you say do something requested. All right. All right. That's the event. All right. Because we're going to tell it to do something. Okay. Now what? All right. Well, I guess we need to we got to invoke it somehow. So, we say, I don't know, public void starts. Yeah. And, let's say, raise this event. Call do something requested. Yeah. Alright, yeah. And yo, why you got squiggly on you? Verify. Yeah, you're right. We should do that. It should be like a question mark to check if it's null. Yeah, that's pretty smart. You're so dope, analyzer. I wish more people knew about you. And yeah. So we have a class. We defined a delegate, and then we define an event that takes advantage of that delegate, right? And then we expose a method to the public, and we call it start. And that start is actually going to invoke this, or it's going to raise this event called do something requested. And maybe we use this unit test over here. Maybe we what namespace is this under? It's under temp. All right. And that's under temp too. All right. So you could say like bar do something. No. What are you doing, Scott? You say bar something. Yeah. All right. Come on. Equals new something. All right. So we instantiate it. Now what? And then you just say something dot start. All right. Okay. But then what? Why are we unit test that? All right. Well, I don't know. You just every test has 4 sections to it. I'm gonna show you 3 sections because the 4th section is implicit. Can I use word implicit? I don't know. It's something behind the scenes though. Hold up, I gotta sneeze. Dog, get off me! I'm trying to present. So set up test, and then we have a verify, and then the 4th stage, which we're not going to do because it's already done for us by the garbage collector, it's actually tear now. All right, that's what we would have. Every test has that. But this is done for us using the garbage collector. Right? Using the runtime. So in our test, we wanna verify that we did something, that the event was raised, right? How we do that? We say var, yo, I don't know, event was raised. How you spell raised? Raised. Oh, equals false. Yeah. All right. And so now what? All right. Well, Scott, if you're gonna do that, then you need to say it's kind of challenging because I have to actually think about this. So you could say, yeah. All right, I got it. I could say something dot do something requested. Yeah. All right, yeah. Come on. E and no, I don't have to do that. I'm thinking about like some GUI stuff. We didn't define any parameters. And I could say event was ready. Oh, stop. I could say event was raised equals true. All right, you should be happy with that, right? And then I could just say, so actually that's gonna, this start is gonna be in my test. Yeah, and what? We need to verify that this event was raised. So we can do something like this. Yeah. Oh, come on, Scott. Assert that is true. Yeah. Then we can say, yeah, the event was raised. Scott, you're so smart. So Control RT is the shortcut for running your unit test, and you should be green. You should be green, homie. Yeah, it's green. You see that right there? Maybe we should update this to like, do, yo, hey, hold up, do, yeah. All right. So we can say do something events gets raised. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's gonna update our name down here. I don't know. That's my OCD taking over. I have to name stuff. But anyway, that's events. That's events in .NET for the most part. Hey, I don't know. If I run code analysis, it's going to complain that I didn't use the event args, but that's essentially how you do events in .NET. You declare a delegate, and then you declare an event that leverages that delegate, and then you have some method that will actually raise that event within that class. So just spit out something. So what's wrong with that? What is wrong with using events? Oh, maybe I'm not even going to say what's wrong with it. What should we be concerned about when we're using the events within .NET that comes already out the box? What should we be concerned about? Well, let me tell you what we should probably be concerned about. All right, it may not be a serious concern, but you know what? This class, even though it's a unit test, it's still a class, right? This is our client to this event, right? This test is actually subscribing to this event called do something requested. All right. So okay, Scott. So what? Obviously, duh. Well, if you think about it, and if you agree that that when you have objects that know about each other, and then apparently objects that know about each other, that's called strong coupling. All right. And strong coupling, I mean, there may not be anything wrong with it, but strong coupling, when you do it a lot, it ends up becoming a maintenance concern. And that's potentially what's wrong with this is if you do this enough and you have this sprinkled all through your system, your clients actually have to know about the person. I said the person, the object that's or the class that's actually go back to object that's actually serving it. And so you have one class that has to know about another class in order to perform some type of work. And that might be unnecessary. Let's go back to me. Let's go back to me. That might be unnecessary. So, okay, if we use events within .NET or Java or whatever object-oriented programming language, then you have a client that has to know about the other client that is actually raising that event. And should it really have that information? Should it really have that dependency on every single client that harbors an event to be raised? And maybe it doesn't. It's up to you. You're the programmer. You're the knowledge worker. They pay you to think, solve problems. But maybe I'm setting off a light bulb. Maybe I'm triggering a light bulb off in your head, in your tu cabeza. And so you can say, well, all right, Scott, well, how else am I supposed to subscribe? Cookie, stop shaking. How else am I supposed to subscribe to events then? How else am I supposed to observe that something happened and respond to it? That's a good question. So have you ever heard of a MessageBus? Have you ever heard of an event aggregator? Within Xamarin Forms, they have this message center, message center, something like that. Well, essentially it's a message bus. I'm gonna have to put this dog back in the room. She's making too much noise. Cut up one more time. I'm taking you back to your bedroom. A message bus is I got hip to it when I was studying BizTalk server, because I saw the hourly rate. And really, dog, you just gonna interrupt me? Really? That's how we get down? Yeah. All right. Let me pause this. So, yeah, let's put my dog back. BizTalk server. I got hip to BizTalk server because it looks like a halo over my head. I got hip to BizTalk server because they were paying like an hourly rate of like $115 an hour. And I'm like, yo, I don't know anything about BizTalk server, but I want that money. All right, I deserve to have that type of lifestyle. And so I started reading books on BizTalk server and basically orchestration, and it's pretty cool when you think about the architecture that's used, because essentially you have like enterprise, right? You have these different, how can I say this? You have these different programs that are being executed that has specific responsibilities in different facets of the business, such as inventory, such as sales, such as inventory, sales, such as shipping, etc. And so, how do you get these different systems to basically collaborate with one another and satisfy an end agenda, right? An end objective. So this is the notion of orchestration, right? Especially when these systems are probably they could be written in different, they could be using different technologies such as programming languages, databases, etc. They may not be sharing the same technologies. The warehouse may be using a different programming language and database. Maybe it's written in .NET. Maybe it's using C# and SQL Server. The warehouse. But maybe the shipping, maybe their system is using Java and Oracle or something. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that stack. But anyway, when leveraging, I don't know if you call it middleware, but leveraging like, essentially a message bus, or an architecture that's kind of centralized, you can feed data, you can feed messages into this box. And this box will take this message and it will take information that it parses from this message, and it will basically redirect it towards its intended address, for lack of a better term. And there might be some processes that need to get executed when a message is received. There might be some orchestration that is required, and that's BizTalk server. That's my understanding of it. I might have butchered that too. I'm good at butchering a lot of things, but so why am I mentioning all this? Because we're talking about messages, and we're talking about a message bus, in which, unlike .NET events, a message bus, if you have ever looked at Prism, Microsoft Prism Pattern Practices event aggregator, I think it's the same concept. You look at Xamarin Message Center or Messaging Center, whatever it's called, it's the same concept, I think. And it's basically decoupling a client from its server. They don't have to know about each other. They don't know about each other, right? So how do events get processed, right? How do they get raised? How do they get processed, right? Well, there's a mediator. Look at your design patterns book, Angle 4 or Head First Design Patterns, right? In between client, a server, right? Client, server. There's a mediator in between, right? This mediator is going to manage the subscriptions and the actual publishing of a message, and it's messages that we work with instead of what we know of as events, which one would argue is the same thing, but it's done differently because instead of having a client and a server, we have a client, we have a server, we have a mediator. And the client interfaces with the mediator. The server interfaces with the mediator. All right, and that's how it works. So let's go back to this code, Scott. Trying to make these developers better, man. I'm trying to increase their understanding, right? Because that is what I owe to this universe. I read hell of a lot, and I practice a lot, and I shouldn't keep all this to myself, even though I think the majority of the world is more advanced than I am. But apparently, as I work across these different shops as a consultant, they're not, and that is news to me. So let me share. All right, come on. It's so what am I talking about? Yo, I wrote this. Where is this at? Extensions and updates. Yo, my web name is Bizmonger. That's my web name. That's my business too. Bizmonger. Come here, Bizmonger. And I wrote this Visual Studio extension called. Oh, I'm missing something. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, called a message snippet, right? A message snippet. Yeah, a message snippet, right? You don't have to use what I produce. And I don't recommend it. I use it in production code, but that doesn't mean you should use it in your production code. So, yo, Scott, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? What are you talking about a message bus? What? Like, what does that mean? All right, well, let's try to figure this out. Oh, it's been a long time since I did this, but all right, come on, yo, where's the class at? Oh, come here. Oh yeah. I gotta do it under temp. It was under solution. Come here, class. Class, where you at? Yeah. All right, come on. And what do you want to do? I'm gonna call this client. Yeah, I'm gonna call that client. All right. Oh, I'm doing this like all on the fly. Get rid of that. All right, cool. That too. Yeah, all right. And maybe I have something called a server. Server? Yeah. All right, a server. Okay. There you go, server. Server. Oh. All right. Client server. Yo, we get rid of something, man. Get rid of that. Okay, we got client. We got a server. Okay. Get rid of that noise. Alright, yeah. Alright, it's done. Alright. And so what does that mean? Alright, well, how do I do this? I'm trying to reach back. I got something called a. This has been a long time since I've done this. Hold up, let me go back. And I'll go to tools, options. Where you at, options? Extensions and updates. I'll go online. Where am I at? I thought I had like a biz. There should be something else up here, man. Bizmonger.patterns, I thought. I'll call it test API. I used to put everything under Bizmonger. Yo, what is this called? I think somebody removed it. Test API. Yo, I don't see it in here anymore. I had something called Test API, and I don't see it in here anymore. Yo, let me type in Bismarck one more. Yo, they removed my extension. They removed my extension, man. Yo, hold up. Oh, what's all online? Hold up. Bismarck. Yo, they removed it. Hold up. I'm gonna do it one more time. Test API. Yo, that sucks. Why did they remove my extension? Hold up. Maybe I'll call it MessageBus. MessageBus. It's not in here. I'm missing something. It's been like a year since I messed around with this, but yo, what I wanted to say is I usually like create a class called messages. I'm really upset. This like ruins my whole presentation. Messages. I'm upset. And usually I would like something like that. Request an action. I'll say, yeah, I want to request an action. I want to request do something. Stop something. Yeah, because I created the snippet, and I'm really upset because I can't find my message bus. They removed it, or I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, in the client, there's like if I how do I do this? If I just create a method like public void stop. If I do public void and I don't know, subscribe. And I keep doing that. God, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm thrown off because I don't have my message bus. Message bus. Where's my message bus at? Like, there is a static class that I had called message bus, and it's no longer here. I'm so angry right now. Hold up, I'll probably have this. Oh, maybe I have it on my hard drive. Those monkeys, they removed my message bus. Oh, where we at? Oh, where's my message bus? Okay, well. Yo, where's my message bus? Huh? Yeah? Message bus. I need my message bus. Yeah. Message bus, man. Oh, I need my message bus. Hold up. Put in my. I need my message bus. Cancel you. I need my message bus. Sure. Where can I find my message bus? Yo, I need my message bus. Hold up. I can't believe they removed my message bus. Message bus, where you at? Message bus test. That looks a little bit better. Keep searching. I want my message bus. Come on. I'm so angry. What's this right here? Man, like, what happened to my No, man. Hold up. We go to, what is this thing called? It's Nougat. Nougat. Yo, you should know who I am. I want to see my packages. I'm Bismonger. Oh, what should I do? Sign in. All right. Where's my message bus? No, where is my message bus? And what the freak? Manage my packages. Bismonger.patterns. That's probably what it's under. Oh, wasting so much time, man. They didn't want me to fumble around like this. If I type in bismonger.patterns, you show up here? Yo, it's not in here. Something happened. Oh, you know what? Hold up. Maybe it's not in here because of the version of my solution. I'll go version of my project. I bet you that's probably why. This is 4.6. Let's go to 4.5. And let's try this again. Let's go to tools. Yo, I've been burnt 10 minutes on this. Stop. It's extensions and updates. And let's try this again. Bismonger. Oh, where is my? Why does the pattern show up here? That absolutely sucks, man. Hold up. Yo, that is unfortunate. You just ruined. Hold on, is it under here? How do you expand this? No one was found. That is horrible. So apparently, yo, this is me. I'm not smart enough to know how to use the command line. I don't know how to use the command line. Oh, why? Bismonger.patterns, man. Why don't you work? That was in September 2015. Why don't you work? I'm trying to show the world Bismonger.patterns. All right. Oh, I gotta think this over. Yo, that sucks because I can't really show you what I wanted to show you. Hold up. I'm gonna pause this for a second. And I'm back. I think I'm back. So I had to dig into some projects and let's nest you. Control Alt N. Let's nest you under here. This is a message bus. Oh, what am I using? Yeah, alright, yeah. Everything down here. These are my members. Yeah, okay. And So let's talk about. Forget about the implementation details of this message bus. But it's object-oriented mayhem. Oh, ill. All right, so let's go back over here. So we have like this notion of a message bus, right? And so we can core dot support, and our client can subscribe to a message. So how we do this? I already created a class called messages here. You know what? That should probably be public static though. Static. Yeah. And then I could just say like messages dot request do something. And you want something else too, huh? That's an action. Can I do this? And I say I don't know. System dot diagnostics dot debug dot write line. Yeah, come on. And we say, you don't know, we did something. We did something. All right, come on. All right, you know, what's wrong? What is this complaining about? And it says it doesn't take 0 arguments. Okay, well, what did he say? Yeah. All right. So, what are you complaining about over here? Okay, you want to be static? All right. Fine, you're static. And let me move this back. So, let me move you down here. All right, yeah. So we subscribe, and now our client subscribes to this thing called a message bus, right? And well, it relies on the message bus to subscribe to a message. It says, "Hey, I'm interested in any messages." Well, this one specific message called request do something. That's what I'm interested in, right? So when this message gets put out there, yo, I'm interested. Let me know when it happens, and I'm going to handle that. And my handler is this right here. It's an action. Yeah. All right. And so that's my client. All right. And well, the client is the observer because he subscribed. But the server is going to be the one that's going to be publishing. So, all right. So the server is going to have public void. Serve. All right, yeah. And that's what we want to do. We want to serve. All right, and I keep doing that. It's going to have a serve, and it's going to say message bus. Let's bring that in. Yeah. Dot publish, homie. Yeah. All right. And it's going to say messages. Dot request do something. All right. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if we wanted to, we could like put a payload on here. If we wanted to, we could put anything we want. So this is just an arbitrary object, like that. But I mean, it has that option. You don't have to use it. You only use it when you want to pass some state. When you want to pretty much publish a message with state, then you can use that payload. Like it could be a string. It could be a double. It could be anything you want. Well, of course you want to type double. You say you want to. Anything you want, right? But in this case, we're not interested in that because we're not doing anything like that. You want to be static too, huh? You want to be static? All right. All right. And that's pretty much it. So we have our client. Our client is the subscriber. All right. Our client's the observer. It's subscribing to this message called request do something. And our server is the publisher. Oh, let me see that. server is the publisher, and it's actually going to publish this, right? And the thing is, all this is being done on a message bus. So the message bus is our platform. A message bus is a platform that our client knows about and that our server knows about. Why I got a red squiggly? What's this? Server member names cannot be the same as their enclosing type. Oh yeah, that's right. So notice how our client and server, when we actually wire things up, they're not going to know about each other, all right? So you say set up test verify var client equals new client. Yeah. Let's say var server equals new server. Yeah. All right. And let me see. And then we can say our client dot our client subscribe in a constructor. Oh yeah. Well, that's weird. We don't have to do that. We'll create an instance of it. Well, you can do it however you want. Apparently, these are static classes. Well, the class probably isn't static, but we could say where is that? Let's say something like this. Go back. Client dot subscribe. Yo, that feels really weird. That's not right. And that doesn't feel right at all. Why am I using a static class? That's not gonna work. It probably doesn't make a difference. And then actually, maybe that is set up. And then our test is going to be server dot serve, and I actually in this serve or in this subscribe, I'm right into like some output window, right? And so it should like right down here. Yeah, I don't need to verify. Let's see if that works. And so, but there's some things that we can do, right? So we're very explicit with this message bus and then messages. Like, do we have to say all that? No, not really. We can say this. We can say using static. And then we can say, what is it? Core dot support. It's a container, the namespace that has our message bus. We can do that. That means we could get rid of that. And you know what? This messages, we can do the same thing. Hold up, you should work. I'll figure it out. We can do the same thing over here using static. And what is this messages under? I thought it was the namespace. Temp. Static temp. We're already under temp. Static temp. Temp dot messages. And, you know, I would think that should work. No method takes 2 arguments. I'm getting myself in trouble. That should work. That doesn't work. If I get rid of this, that doesn't matter. Why doesn't this work? Let me use the same thing over here. Subscribe. And do the same thing up here. Not up here. Where's my server? Same thing up here. You would think I should just be able to do this. Not sure why I can't do this right now. Well, that caught. That caught too. So we could do that. No, so why can't I do that in my client? You should work. Set it, serve, publish. Yo, this should work. I'm not sure why it doesn't work. Let me go build. No overload for subscribe takes 2 arguments. Okay. What do you want me to do? Am I closing this? No, that's up there. No, that's not right. Oh, it's been a minute. I'll do this. I don't know how to do this. Alright, hold up. What does the signature look like? I should, let me do that. Alright, let me start over. I'm wasting my viewers' time on here. Subscribe. Oh, you know what? I think I understand. Subscribe one. Yeah. So that's why. It was confusing. I had this ambiguity. I had this ambiguity in here where I didn't know which subscribe was being in. So call this subscribe one. I'll take this. Subscribe. Oh, God damn it. Here. All right. And it's probably not a good name. So I'll say do subscription. Let's say register. Register subscription and Control Shift B to build. And what happens when we run this? When we run it, I expect to see the output window do something. Did anything happen? Actually, go to F11. Let me say, and where's the server at? A client. Put a breakpoint right here. And let's see if anything worked. I hit F10. Yep, and it got triggered. Did something. Where's my output window at? I thought it was supposed to print out something to the window, but anyway, it's supposed to print something to the window. But anyway, you saw how this got triggered. So let me just go into detail what just happened. We're using let me go back to me. All right, so we're using let me level this out. We're using this thing called a MessageBus, and our MessageBus again decouples a client from a server. Instead of a client knowing about its server, we have this mediator in between, and the client knows about the mediator, the server knows about the mediator. Or maybe I should say the observer knows about the mediator, the publisher knows about the mediator, but they don't know about each other. The observer and the publisher, they don't know about each other. And so that's essentially what we did over here is we have our client, and inside one of its methods or its only method, we do a subscribe, and it's using this message bus because that's what subscribe is based off of. It's a static method of this message bus, and we say we're interested in this message called request do something, and then go back to our unit test. Our server is going to have a method that ultimately is going to publish that message that our client is interested in observing, and so it's going to publish this when we invoke the serve method. And our client receives notification that, hey, that message you were waiting for, it just happened. And it says, all right, cool, I'm going to handle that. And it does whatever you want to do for it. That's essentially what it is, right? And so, if you want to go into a little bit more detail and you want to marinate on this, when we this is an interesting solution to a problem, because when you think about it, when you think about a message bus, what's happening is we don't care. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as .NET events. Is you raise an event and like anybody can observe it, right? There could be n number of subscribers. Um, but how do I say this? Something with using a message bus is so tightly, is so non-decoupled between clients and servers that I kind of feel as if your observers are really like working autonomously. Like they kind of just subscribe and they chill. They just chill, and then all of a sudden, oh, a message comes in that they're interested in, and they take that message, and if there's a payload attached to that message, then they operate on that payload, and they work off of that message and that potential payload if it exists, and then they might spin up a message on their own, right? They might publish a message after they get done with the work of their original message, and they may publish a response, right? And the original publisher might subscribe to the response of that message, and they work in harmony, except they're not working in harmony with each other because they don't know each other. They only know about events, and they're working autonomously, I would say, based on events that are coming in. So what does that mean? That means that when you leverage a message bus within object-oriented programming, you're going to have some code that isn't as understandable versus top-down code, but it's really really decoupled, right? It's like you'll find that when you're doing TDD and you're leveraging a message bus, that it's really easy to resolve bugs, because you have a minimal number of dependencies because they're all operating off of this message bus. The message bus is the dependency, and there's no like just deep dependency graph that you have to figure out. You no longer bring in the entire jungle when you just need the banana, right? If you use .NET if you use this other paradigm of programming, and you're not using a message bus, then you want the banana. This is something that I've heard. I know I'm going to butcher it, but I like the illustrations. You just want the banana. You want to access the banana, but there's a gorilla hanging onto the banana, so you have to bring in the gorilla, right? But the gorilla's hanging off of a tree, off a branch of a tree. So not only do you want the banana, but you have to bring in the gorilla, and you have to bring in the branch. That branch is connected to a tree. You have to bring in the tree, but it's a hell of trees. So you have to bring in the whole jungle, right? And that's what happens when you find yourself working in object-oriented programming. But this is I would say, a technique so that you don't have as many dependencies. You just have messages. And a message is nothing but something that happened. That's all it is. And so that's why I like the snippet that I provided, the message snippet, bismonger.message snippet. I think that's the name of it in NuGet, because you don't have to create a whole class for something that happened. You can just represent something that happened as a string. And you just type in message, MESSAG, tap. It's going to generate the property for you. You change the name of the property to whatever you want, and it's going to automatically update the actual value that maps to that property. And then you could just use that message anywhere you want. And you don't, unlike Prism, the event aggregator, and also I think the same thing with the message, message center. In Xamarin, you have to define an entire class to represent a message. And that's not necessary. I don't think so. A message is just something that happens. So why do I need to implement an entire class if I could just go ahead and do a quick prop tab message snippet and just declare it as a string and then rely on that string to be a message? That makes sense to me. I know what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to you what I'm saying. And that's it. So I want to go back. There ain't nothing much else for me to talk about. I just said, you know, you can use .NET Events or you can use this notion of a message bus. And register subscription. Whatever you want to do, man. And that is it. So I'm sorry I struggled, man. NuGet, they didn't want to show me my message bus that I built, but that's it. So I hope I've inspired you. If you didn't know about a message bus, well, hopefully now you do, and it's your job to do some more research on it. And let me know if I miscommunicated something, because it is entirely possible that I did, and I'll learn something from you. So that's what's up. That's what's up. And my phone is ringing. You interrupted my presentation, man. Hold up. Yo, I'm wrapping up with another presentation. I'm recording this right now. So you'll see me answering your call on YouTube. Probably in like another hour. Let me call you right back. All right, see ya. All right. And that's it. So my name is Scott Nimrod. I'm down here in Miami by way of Cleveland, Ohio, on the mean streets. And yo, I want you to be a better developer, man. I want you to be a professional developer. I don't want you to be a professional debuggerer. And it is my job to based on John Simez challenging me and all of his other subscribers to simpleprogrammer.com to start contributing and start doing videos. And me falling asleep to Grant Cardone, the 10x rule, I'm going all out because I have nothing to lose at all. I've lost a lot already in my life, so F it. Ugh, that's it. I'm out, man. And enjoy. Employers, I'm available for hire. I'm an independent contractor. I'm a federal contractor too. And I'm a software consultant, man. I show people how to be better. And my job is to get in to whatever project that you want to be built, greenfield preferably. My job is to get in there. I'll lay out the foundation, right? And I set up the infrastructure so it's nice and pristine, so that your full-time employees that aren't so nice and pristine can have a basic model to work off of. And I'll set up the foundation, lay everything down, a good architecture, emergent architecture, because I don't believe in making premature decisions, because architectural decisions should be deferred so that they can keep software soft. Because when you try to exercise your title as being an architect because you don't know any better, then you end up making stupid, and I'm sorry I'm coming off cynical, but I'm dropping bombs right now. You end up making premature decisions, man. You end up picking retarded tools that have nothing to do with the context of the problem to be solved because you feel like you have to. And that's sad, but that's Fortune 500 companies for you. That's enterprise for you. They feel like they're important by picking all these tools. This I don't even know Calibre Micro is even popular, but they'll go out their way to pick out MVVM framework, and you're already using Xamarin Forms. Like, it's already there. Why are you doing all this? It's there already. And I'm sure that there might be some valid arguments, but maybe you should pick those valid arguments when you are confronted with the decision to make an argument. All right. Now I'm going to some other presentation, right? But I hate architects with a passion, because I think architects are only necessary when it's something really serious, such as building an actual framework. When the hell is a mobile architect? What's a mobile architect? Seriously. What is the definition of a mobile architect versus a lead developer that's building a mobile application? What really is the definition? All right, because the majority of architects, they're struggling to prove that they're not obsolete. And unfortunately, the majority of them, the way that they're being used, they are. Because I sincerely believe that emergent architecture, based on scope, is you make discoveries and you make alterations based on those discoveries. And it's absolutely retarded to try to think of everything up front. I don't care how many years you have in the game. Every software project is custom, so stop acting like it's not. All right, I'm done venting. But if you want to challenge me, man, you could teach me something because I am humble. And you can check out my article on software architects are irrelevant. I wrote that I think 2 years ago. And I went in them. All right, but you don't want to hear about that right now. So that's it. I'm Scott Nimrod. Yo, employers, hire me. I need a contract. I'm looking for a contract. That's it. All right. Adios. Te veo a ratito. Peace.